Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and this week I just wanted to share with you some new arrivals, couple of books, publications that I've received, and a couple of rule sets, one of which I'm hoping to play very shortly, and another one I'm hoping to get on the table soon after that. I'll start with the books, just to sort of highlight them really. I'm going to zoom the camera down onto my little table just to show you those, so it's a bit clearer. So the first book is Crete, the Battle for Heraklion 1941. The campaign revealed through Allied and Axis accounts. Yanis Prasutagus. Apologies for the terrible pronunciation. This is one of Hellion's publications. I picked this up when Hellion had one of their deals on over a weekend. It's always fatal for me when you get weekends where they offer discounted books, because they do some wonderful publications. I've been really interested in the Battle for Malem. As you know, you'll have seen some of my previous videos on the game I have on the Malem campaign, and I was originally looking to visit Chania and Heraklion this year, but it ultimately ended up going to Rhodes. So this is a campaign that is of interest to me from both perspectives, because despite the German victory in the end, it was a very, very expensive campaign for them, and both sides fought very, very bravely. So this book is runs to 294 pages. I'm just going to show you one of the key things here is contents. So we've got the chapters with some various bits and pieces thrown in along the way. It's this lovely sort of silky paper that you always get with a lot of Hellion's publications. There's some really nice period photographs in here, maps. You can see there the kind of quality of the print. It's going to be a very, very interesting read. I'm really looking forward to digging into this book and learning a little bit more. You got some colour in there as well. Some of the more modern pictures. These were the bits I was hoping to visit probably. Still hoping to get there one day. So yeah, one along with I know there's a few Orbats in there as well, with some of the forces concerned, a bit about the naval related side of things, some of the cemeteries, and an index. So one for my book collection, which I'm really looking forward to reading. I just wanted to share that with you. The second publication was one I found on a very well-known bookseller online, and these are battlefield guides. And there are two. I still want to try and get hold of the old one, which is out of print at the moment, but this one was on Manassas, or First Ball Run, depending on which side of the fence you sit. And there is another one on their 7 days battles, including Seven Pines, which was another battle I'm very keen to explore. What I like again about this, these are American publications. This is some really beautiful artwork in here, sort of pictures of some of the troops. There's a really nice big contents page. I just love the way it's set out. It just has a really nice feel to it. You've got some lovely maps, and again, it's going to give me a real good feel for the battle. I know quite a lot about this one anyway, but this is taking it from the view of you travelling around seeing the field, which I haven't been able to do as yet. Again, one on my bucket list to visit the battlefields in the east, including Gettysburg and Antietam. But Manassas is one of those battles that holds dear to my heart. It was, for me, that first big battle of the war where both sides didn't really know what to expect. Both sides were not really ready for war, and it came down to the character of the men involved as to who would be victorious on the day. And as you can see, there's a lot of detail in this book, so really looking forward to getting in and reading this one. It covers first and second Manassas, so quite interesting to get both perspectives rolled up into one book. So one worth looking out for. That's Manassas, A Battlefield Guide. Okay, in terms of rule sets, you probably have identified a few periods that I like, but two in particular are Ancients and American Civil War. And again, I saw with Hellion recently that their recent addition to their Wargames stock was Muskets and Springfields, Wargaming the American Civil War, from Nigel Emson. I was particularly drawn to this because it's a game, an American Civil War game played on grids, and I really enjoy grid war games like Rommel, To the Strongest, etc. So to play American Civil War, which I have in 28 and 6mm, using this approach really appealed to me. And as you'll be aware, I have a project in mind, a travel battle sort of 2mm American Civil War game, where I've already bought a small gridded map for that purpose. I'm hoping to adapt these rules to utilize that. But just to give you a flavour, it's set out really nicely, good fonts, full colour, very easy to read and follow. I've already had a flick through, quite excited by what I've read. It looks potentially to be the one that will tick the boxes for me as far as my new projects are concerned. We've got example armies, and we've got battles with Orbats in there as well, based on these rules and reference sheets. So it's a really quality publication. I'm hoping to do perhaps a bit more of an in-depth review of this one once I've played it, but just one I wanted to share with you straight away. The second game in the another of periods is Ancient Wargaming, and I saw that North Star Miniatures were trying to clear their stock of Soldiers of Rome, Conquest of an Empire. So I have recently bought the newer versions of these rules, Soldiers of Napoleon, and there was also Soldiers of God, I believe, as well. But these were the Arturus Games publications, and there's been a number of them, very well produced. Warwick Kincaid, I believe, is the author, and I like the fact that this rules set one is in this small kind of A5 format, and I like the fact it's a card driven set. The period, which was predominantly Imperial Rome versus the barbarians, appealed because me and the guys at the club have got various 6mm forces in this scale, 10s and 28s as well. So I was hoping we might be able to utilize this game with some of our existing collections. Again, I've had a flick through. You can see it's really beautifully produced. Probably going to do a bit more of an in-depth review of this game. I'm hoping to play this next week. It's very much card driven in terms of what you can activate and what you can do. Some really interesting dynamics in there that just separate it maybe from other rules of the period, of which I have a number. But again, one hopefully on the review list in the near future. So hope you've just enjoyed that little insight into some of my new arrivals, and hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.